MS-13 is a foreign terrorist designated organization. Those elements, without litigating each, hold on real quick, without litigating each and every one of those details, what would seem clear, Congressman?
In court,
okay.
Allegations doesn't mean truth.
This is Florida Representative Maxwell Frost from the Orlando area explaining that he tried to meet with Mr. Garcia, but it has been denied.
What do you know? Is there any chance you'll be meeting with Ábrego Garcia while you're there?
Well, we're actually about to do a press conference to speak a little bit about this, but we got word at the embassy that our request has been denied by the government here locally. They say it's because we're not here on an official capacity. This is part of the reason why Representative Robert Garcia and I sent a letter to Chairman Kilmar of the Oversight Committee asking for this to be an official CODEL. But we're not giving up. We're going to continue. We have more meetings scheduled for the rest of the day. But part of this, too, is making sure that we keep the conversation alive. We're building off of the trip of Senator Van Hollen, and we're not the first members here, and we're not going to be the last.
Poor guy couldn't go see the illegal El Salvadorian immigrant who was living in Maryland, who's now back in El Salvador. Interestingly, Maxwell Frost, he's a representative, I think, from the Orlando area. I have a bit of a history with this clown because he's the guy, when I was doing my last show for Don't Burn This Country, the book tour, and I did a show in Orlando with Governor DeSantis. That clown literally stormed the stage and started screaming and had to be removed from the theater. So he doesn't mind using his free speech to impinge on other people's free speech. Also, as a representative of Florida, shouldn't you be worried about what's going on in Orlando? I mean, DeSantis did pass Don't Say Gay. Shouldn't you be over at Disneyland making sure that people can say gay freely and that the trans women are... Yeah, here's more from him.
Hope. MS-13 has been designated as a foreign terrorist organization, has it not?
Yes.
It has. Okay. And there is an ordered removal of Ábrego Garcia by the District of Maryland. The District Court for the District of Maryland, the U.S. District Court wrote, although Ábrego Garcia was found removable, that's the key, the immigration judge granted him a withholding of removal to El Salvador in an order dated October 10th of 2019. So he was ordered removable.
He had a protected status, as you just read. Mm-hmm. And if he is to be detained and deported, there's a process he needs to go through. And that's the whole situation here. I'm not here to litigate even a very specific person. I'm here to talk about the fact that he represents a very big problem with this administration, that they have no problem scooping somebody up based on tattoos and vibes and sending them to a foreign country's prison. And then we have the commander talking about sending homegrowns next. And so for me,
and this is where we need to go, Congressman. This suggestion of you that you have made on several occasions now, that he is going to deport, that Donald Trump has a desire to deport anyone, homegrown American citizens, is the point of our conversation. Because the walk that we just went through together is, at least to some measure, an element of due process. We just established together that Ábrego Garcia is, at a minimum, not an American citizen. He has been removed from the United States by a court order, which was then withheld, to your point, but he was ordered removable. The same courts found that he was a gang member of MS-13. MS-13 is a foreign terrorist designated organization. Those elements, without litigating each, hold on real quick, without litigating each and every one of those details, what would seem clear, Congressman?
In court, allegations doesn't mean truth.
Without litigating that, once again, which a court has litigated, Congressman. Forgive me for 1 second. The point is, he's not anyone. He's not an average American citizen. He's not someone watching from home. He is an illegal alien. He is an alleged gang member of a foreign terrorist designated organization, and he was ordered removed. That would seem a level of elements of due process certainly distinguishes him from the average American citizen, and you are making a very scary argument to Americans today. You are suggesting to Americans, if he can remove this man, the details of which we just walked through, you're suggesting he can remove you. And that seems a pretty far cry from reality.
Yeah, that's just a bang-up job by Will Cain right there. Great job, Will. This is what the shell game is about, right? What was most interesting about what Maxwell Frost said right there was that it's not about this individual guy. And it's never about this individual guy, because if we wanted it to be about this individual guy, it would take a lot of time, because, about 15 million illegals came through over 4 years. So if we wanted to make it about the individual time, we wouldn't have much time to do that. That would basically be impossible. So these people sat on their hands and said absolutely nothing as we had a foreign invasion through our southern border. And suddenly they're upset, as Will points out, that a guy who had an order to be removed, who wasn't illegal, is gone. So make him your martyr. Keep going, Democrats. And when that guy, what's his name, Enton on CNN, has to stand in front of the big screen every week and go, the Democrats are at 31, the Democrats are at 29, the Democrats are at 22, the Democrats are at -6. Because there are no citizens that will vote for them anymore. There are only illegals, which might be why you guys want illegals to vote. If you're tossing and turning at night or feeling on edge during the day, it might be time to try CBD from CB Distillery. Millions have already made the switch because it works. In fact, over 90% of customers report better sleep with CBD, but it's not just for sleep. CB Distillery has targeted formulas for stress, mood, focus, post-workout pain, and even CBD for pets. All made with clean, premium ingredients, no fillers, no junk. With over 2 million happy customers and 100% money-back guarantee, CB Distillery is the name to trust. And right now, you can save 25% off your entire purchase. Just go to cbdistillery.com and use promo code Rubin. That's cbdistillery.com, promo code Rubin.